Good morning, everybody. Good morning, and good morning. Hope everybody's doing great. Let me make sure everybody could see my screen here. There we go. Perfect. Folks, for anybody who's just coming in, please make your gearbox right here on your YouTube channel. Switch it to 1080p right here. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up while you're there, just a little bit below right here. But switch this to 1080 so you could see us really well, okay? You'll be able to see me in better quality. I promise you. If that's what you want, you may want to see me in worse quality, right? Oh, let me say good morning to everybody and then we'll begin. I should have worn my I hate to say I told you so t-shirt today, but I didn't have the heart. All right. All right. One second here. Okay. Enough of that. Let's get started. Arnulfo, Omar, Devin, Tim, Ivano, Glenn, Robert, Wayne, Keith, Eagle Beagle, good morning, Jody, Dave, Ray, Piet DeBrock, Jill, Flying Ronan, thank you, Flying Ronan, Lydia, Jeff, Dave, Steve, Tom, uh, who we got here? Bill, good morning, Bill, Michael, Ruth, Rebecca, Anikumar, Genevieve, Art, Brian, good morning, and good morning to you, Brian. Pete, Charlie, Stan, Wade, Nathan, Murray, good morning. Congratulations. Happy birthday to your son. What do you guys text me? Let me know what you guys are going to do. I'm curious. Probably going to be a party weekend, right? Delbert, James, Mont, good morning, Mont. Marty, Howard, Delroy, Graham. Good morning, Graham. Steve, hola. Henry, Steve, Ali. Good morning, Ali. I love that little coffee there. Rick, JB, William. Good morning, Mark, Stacy, Richard. We got Dr. Serena. Not so happy of a Friday. Hey, I'm going to tell you guys something. Let me ask you guys a question, an interesting question for anybody who's in my Roger Scott Pitt program. Is it a bad Friday or is it a good Friday if you're in the trading pit? Just let me know if it's a good day or a bad day if you're in the trading pit. And by the way, how many losers have we had in the trading pit since this whole thing started? Zero. Zero. Yeah, let me know if people who are in the pit are upset about this morning. Yeah, Mark's like really good. Anybody upset? Anybody having a bad Friday who's in the pit program? If you were in the pit program, you wouldn't even know this whole thing is happening right now. All right. All right. Super Friday. Right. It is a good day. You're all here. You're all here. And it is a great day to be in the pit. It will be a very good day for pit traders today. We went short yesterday, a consumer stock at the end of the day. Well, actually, not at the end of the day, in the morning. Good morning, Karen. Robert says no. If you were in the pit, you would have completely missed all of this. Completely missed all of this. We haven't had a loser since January, and we've been doing 4 to 6 trades a week. And the last losers we had were Home Depot and D-Dog in January. It's an excellent Friday. Exactly, Jeff. Only shorts right now. All right. Good. Good, good. Let's talk about now. Believe it or not, I didn't do as good of a job as I should have this morning or last night. I was not on top of all the news. I was actually having dinner with T-Buzz. I haven't seen T-Buzz in about a month. Our schedules have been just conflicting, so it was really nice to catch up with him and get his perspective on everything. So I'll have to read the news alongside with you everything. But what I will tell you, AlphaZone is fantastic too. I'm just saying we took a pit trade short yesterday, Ruth. AlphaZone is fine. We had two winners yesterday in Trading Zone, and AlphaZone is doing great. The platform. Um, The reason I'm commenting about the pit is because the pit has been taking trades, and we've been taking overnight trades, we've been taking day trades, and my wife's like, "How have you been doing in the pit in light of everything?" I'm like, "We haven't had any of this in the pit. We haven't dealt with any of this. If you were in the pit, you wouldn't even know this is existing right now. You could kind of trade in your own little world. All right." 1% stock in their leverage cap. And by the way, for anybody who's upset about the market right now, for anybody who's didn't expect this, all I'm going to say is I've been telling you guys for months, contrary to what you guys have been wanting to hear. I've been telling you for months that this is going to happen. Folks, right now something interesting is happening, something that hasn't started happening. We're actually starting to see price discovery. Price is starting to look for a bottom right now because global markets are reacting the same way as US markets. So we're finally getting a catalyst by which the markets can start ascertain price discovery. Can't happen while we're moving sideways. All right. And dumpster, good for us. Yeah, I know, Eagle Beagle. I know. That's my point. Yes. Um, so again, if you've been trading with me in the pit, or if you've been trading in any other program, you probably have not been experiencing too much of this downside. Now, we do have the employment report today, which is going to be a big catalyst. Let me give you some. Now, T-Buzz and I both forgot that today was Friday. We're like, later this week, we're going to have the employment report. We're like, wait a minute, it's tomorrow morning. Yeah, it's time just flies away. I want you guys to see, I highlighted this for you this morning. The only parts that you really need to pay attention to is the employment rate, because this is annual, and the average hourly earnings. Okay? Not, it's the only thing you need to pay attention to. Don't need to pay attention to any of this stuff because it's month to month and it means nothing. The only thing we care about is year to year. We care about the unemployment rate and the average hourly earnings. Okay? All right. As you guys could see, the market is down quite a bit. On this today, though, we have a lot more downside in blue chips that we have than we have in the blue chips that we have in the tech stocks. That's a good sign. Uh, Tech stocks tend to lead. Okay. So that is actually a pretty good sign. We've already gained quite a bit and we are starting to see some price discovery. What does price discovery mean? Well, you may or may not remember, and I know a lot of you been not wanting to hear this. You should have seen yourself 2 months ago when I started talking about this. You guys threw the book at me, but we can trade. Yeah, Philip, of course. Yeah, you sure can. Absolutely. Um, uh, so my point is this is that I told you that this was going to happen, and I told you that we need to have price discovery before this can be over. And I explained to you as of last week we have not had any price discovery yet. And I explained to you what price discovery is, and I gave you several examples with the broken leg, and I even did a interview yesterday. Uh, Here you could see the interview yesterday. Here's the link for it. Here's the link for the interview. If you missed it, I explained it to you every day here, and I explained it to you yesterday, and I explained it to you the day before. And I'm hoping that nobody's going to be annoying me with with your political bullshit. I don't want to hear it. I really don't want to hear it. I'm sick of it. So, and plus, it's already permeated through the market, so there's really nothing to talk about. So the point is, we all now know what is causing this. We don't need to discuss it. We don't need to rehash it. But what I'm going to tell you is price is starting to see some price discovery because the markets are trying to move precipitously. This is the market starting to develop some balance, some value, which means we're actually getting close to capitulation. Nothing good is going to happen till we capitulate. Okay. Does anybody want to argue with me today about anything about what's happening right now? No more arguments. Everybody's okay now. You guys should have seen yourself 2 months ago. You were like rabid dogs. All right, gold. Gold hit the 8-day EMA. I told you guys that it's safe to buy gold once it hits the 8-day EMA. Not here. The 8-day EMA is down here, or the VWAP right here below it, which is the quadruple witching. We hit that, and we're there right now, which means gold is now back to our buy levels. Okay, not here, over here. Okay. Crude oil. Crude oil is dropping. This is price starting to look for discovery. Price is doing this right now. Price is doing okay. Okay, this is not price discovery. This is called wait and see kakapupu right here. This is price discovery. Price is starting to discover its value. So when price starts discovering itself, it's not long till we start getting a move. This is wait and see. Remember what I told you? We're waiting and seeing right now. Nothing is going to happen till we have finality, till we know what the deal is. This is not the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario happens when you actually know what is going to happen. Right now, we go to the doctor, and the doctor said, "No, your leg is really broken. It's not sprained. It's really broken. Next couple of days, we're going to do some tests, and we're going to find out how bad it's broken. But it's really bad. It's not great." Now, 2 days ago, it was we probably are in the worst case scenario. We may be in the worst case scenario. We don't know what the future, what's going to happen. Now we're starting to get some idea of what is happening. Finally, volatility exploded. Finally, we have that breakthrough. Now we need to capitulate. Now, you see this? This is extreme. This is emotional buying. This is people going, should have listened to Roger 3 months ago. Ah, that's what this is going on right now. Anybody want to argue with me today? Isn't it interesting? The lower the market goes, the less people want to argue with me today. Yeah. No, no arguments today. No. I remember the days when we couldn't start until we get 100 people in the room and there was never a word about politics. Exactly. You remember that? Exactly. Exactly. So please, next time you want to argue with me, put it in an envelope, write it out, and then throw it out and put it in the garbage can because you'll be mostly wrong. All right, we have liftoff. We have flight to quality. We have the first sign of a breakout out of a base. We have signs that we are now going to start capitulating. Capitulating. I try, Jeff. I try. You know, it's funny, Jeff. If you look at my comments for the last 2 months, you could have seen this coming 10 miles away. 10 miles away. Oh, yeah. By the way, let me give you guys some links. VIP room. My seasonality class today that I'll be having, or I may do PID. I don't know yet. We'll see. The jury's out. And let me give you customer service live. The best place to get your 1 second. 1 second. Let me get you. Oh, Cam's on vacation. Good for him. He picked the good days to be on vacation. Folks, how about some thumbs up? I know you're not hearing it's your uh yeah, it is. It is. It is. All right. It was all in the timing dumped, but day trade long last week. That's right. We did. We did. We did. And we made money every time, Jeff, as you know. So this could be the start of what we call capitulation. Let's look at the US dollar. Look at how the US dollar finally broke. Now, look, it didn't break yesterday's low. It didn't break yesterday's low. That's huge. And bonds are finally above the 200-day moving average. Not for the right reasons, but this is flight to quality. So we are starting to see some movement. China's now, remember I told you if this breaks, this triangle, if it breaks, we go lower. Here's the 50-day, here's the 100-day. Now US markets are keying off of you. Now US markets are keying off of what is happening in the rest of the world. It's called reciprocal tariffs. Now we need to make sure everything is aligned, and we'll start capitulating as long as Donald Trump doesn't pull another fast one on us. If Trump continues the unforeseeability, we are not going to have a clear target. Does everybody understand that? No, it's not, Omar. No, not yet. Not yet. No, we will. Not yet. We will put a VWAP there, just not yet. We will definitely put a VWAP there, just not yet. I got to give it a couple of days. Okay. Huh. Interesting. It's very interesting. Nobody's arguing with me this morning. Hmm. Weird. Weird. Nobody's getting political with me this morning. It's very interesting how a month and a half ago we couldn't stop this nonsense. All right. Good. Good. Clear as bell. So now we're starting to see some price discovery. Now the world is starting to say, "Oh, shoot, we're going to do this, you're going to do this." Now they have something to talk about. Now we have some price discovery. Now, look at where we are at technology. This is the 200-day moving average. See how we're getting closer? By the way, look at tech today and look at the Dow. Look at the difference. Big, big difference. Tech is not nearly as down as much as the Dow. Tech has already been going down quite a bit. It's starting to see some price discovery. We're starting to see price discovery. Have you heard me talk about price discovery a lot till today? We're starting to get price discovery. US dollar isn't going lower. Volatility is trying to peak out. Bonds are seeing huge emotional buying. China broke down from the descending triangle, which I told you it would 2 days ago, and now it's down here. Don't say I didn't tell you so. I drew this triangle for you, and everything I say is recorded. Everything I say in the morning and everything I say in the afternoon. And I dare anybody to tell me right now that I didn't say any of this. Let's look at momentum levels. How are we doing on momentum levels? I'm jumping to the meat of things today. Folks, have you ever seen this number this low? How sustainable do you think this is? How sustain? Remember I told you yesterday, nobody's buying stocks. They're liquidating their shorts, but they're not buying stocks. Have you seen this number this low before? This usually bottoms out in the 500s, 600s. Look where we are right now. We're starting to, that rubber band is starting to stretch. And when it's stretched beyond a certain point, it snaps back. So you see what I'm saying here? Now let's look at the 50-day. Is this helping you guys? Is this helping you guys? That's what I want to know. Let's look at this number here. I think we're at like a historic low here on the 50-day. Let's see. And there we are. There we are on the 50-day. So we're really close. We're really, really close. Margin call Monday, Carlos. Margin call Monday, my friend. Okay, so let's review. Tech is oversold on the 50-day moving average, and it's oversold on the 200-day moving average. We only have 28% of stocks trading above the 200-day moving average, which puts us in a really nasty bear market. Not a correction, a bear market, as I've been saying since this became below 50 every single day while we've been here. The bond market is now, this is complete flight to quality panic mode right now. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Thomas. Jill, you've been here for almost as long as Ken. I think 7, 8 years. It's been a while. Very helpful. Okay, good. So you see, we are getting close to capitulating. We are getting close to capitulating. We are. And we have something that could cause a potential catalyst. Okay? Let me just check the market real quick. This was the stock we shorted in the pit yesterday, by the way. I'm going to take profit. We shorted it at 50. What do we short this at? Let's see. It's okay to let the cat out of the bag now. I'm going to get out of the open. We shorted it at, what do we short the sucker at? 58.65. It's at 53.25 as of right now. You don't remember price discovery, Raymond? Oh, you'll learn all about it. Keep coming here. You will. 58.65 right here. 58.65. Welcome to the pit, folks. And we did take two winners in Trading Zone live yesterday too, by the way. All right, so we're doing okay. We'll get out of that in the morning. I'll send you an alert. Bond panic is not something you're familiar. It's called flight to quality, Thomas. It's called flight to quality. Hey, Alex, that's right. I got to hire you to be my actuary. Yeah. So we should make money on that. For anybody who's in the pit, I'm going to send you an exit alert right after the open. FYI. All right. Now, I'm going to shamefully say that I did not read any news last night. I went to dinner, and then my wife and I were watching Bosch, and I did not read the news last night. And when I went to sleep, the European market hasn't opened yet. What you are seeing right now is not the result of the US stock market. What you're seeing right now is the result of global economy. USA has very little to do with what you are seeing right now. What you are seeing is the reaction of the reciprocal tariffs that we did not have till yesterday. The question you should be, I was an auditor and I don't want to repeat that. There you go, Alexander. We didn't talk politics. T-Buzz basically said things should be back, everything should be fine by June. And I just looked at him, and that was that. The question you guys have to ask yourself, is this. This is literally, I'm not kidding. I know you're going to be like, Roger, we don't need you for this. We kind of know this, but I'm not kidding. What percentage? Yeah, I love that new mob show too. Yeah. Mobland. It's called Mobland, Robert. Mobland. It's amazing. Mobland yeah, I love it. I can't wait for the next episode. So let me continue this. So the question you should be asking yourself now is how much do we now know about the finality of this whole tariff mishigas? That's the question you should be asking yourself. How much do we know? What do you guys think? And by the way, I really don't know. I have my ideas, but I want to hear what you guys say. Throw a number my way. Would you say it's 70% done? 80? I'm talking about globally. The US, Trump. You may know about this more than I do. I have not been keeping an eye on that. Remember, I'm looking at the big picture. I don't get involved with the little details. So how far? Tom says 75%. Revelation Industry says 50. Nothing. So I'm gonna tell you what I think. I think we're about 75% there too. I think you guys are pretty much 70, 75, 65, 70. I'm now, this is an opinion. Now, folks, I'm not a professional economist. I am not a professional economist, but based on everything I know, I'm thinking somewhere between 70 and 80%. I'm hoping. Now, if the number's less than that, then we've got a lot more price discovery to do. But once we get to about 75%, well, actually, no, once we get to about 68 to 70%, the volatility stops because we create a value area. Value area encompasses about 68 to 70% of value. If you're in the trading zone, you probably have heard me talk about value areas. So 68 to 70% of price discovery should put us in a zone, okay? I lowered it because Trump is New York Street Fighter. Yeah, that's true. Carlos, Nathan, each country will have their own reactions, so we will have to wait. Yeah. Nathan, you see what you're saying right now? Now, folks, now we are all on the same page. It took you guys a while to get there. Now we are on the same page. This is the page I was at about a month and a half ago, and you guys were very resistant. Now you're asking the right questions. You see what Nathan just wrote? That's the right question to ask. Each country is waiting. We won't know till. So that's the questions you should be asking yourself, because we need to find out how bad the leg is injured. Do we have 70% of the data? Do we have 85% of the data? Do we have 50% of the data? And that's a question I cannot answer for you. I can't. But what I can tell you is this. We won't have real price discovery till we have 68 to 70% of the information available to us. And I'm not telling you whether we do or not. I have no idea. I'm explaining to you what the deal is, okay? Want to make sure you understand that. My personal opinion, I'm 70 to 80%. Maybe I'm a little too optimistic. The higher the number, the less we're going to have longer this crazy volatility. The lower your number, the more we're going to have this volatility. So I can't answer this question because I don't know what global economies are going to do. But I can tell you what the problem is, and I can tell you what will solve it. But I can't tell you. I can't get inside of people's heads. So good. Now we're getting into a good discussion. Biggest companies produce. No. Stick to the topic. Stick to the topic. Stop your whole big company, small. Stick to the big picture. We have a global uncertainty. Stop looking at it from this perspective. Big company, small company. Look at it from up here, how the market's looking at it. Stop zoning in. This is not a zoning in time. This is the 20 feet, 1,000 feet from above view, folks. China already announced they will be increasing their tariffs in general, right? Who are the countries going to sell if not USA? Okay. I don't think we know near enough. 60%. This is the question you should be asking yourself. According to economics, Trump has 2 months to resolve his crisis. Okay. Richard, if the market keeps going down like this, he's going to have less than 72 hours to resolve this crisis. Did well on my VIX trade. Good for you, William. Tony, we're in never land, the world. So now let's read the news and see if we can answer the question of how far are we deep into this mess. So, folks, the question you should be asking yourself right now from how far are we from getting past this whole thing? I think we're about 70%. You think I'm too optimistic? Maybe, but I think about 75%. Are you a hawk or a dove? Omar, I don't play that game. I don't play that game, hawk or a dove. You should know better than that. Which program is better for people who only trade for a couple of hours? Both, Maddie, both. Okay, so now we're talking about the right topic, guys. Now we're talking about the right topic. And by the way, I've never ever talked about tariffs in detail here yet before. So now we're going to start talking about, before it was tariffs, who's going to do tariffs, how much, how impact, big. Now we're going to go 10 feet, 100 feet down. So let's see what's going on. And I think that's what the discussion is setting itself up for right now. If a country can't afford to give in to Trump, it will resist each at the level. Omar, you know exactly what I'm thinking. I'm an opportunist. Sometimes I'm bullish, sometimes I'm bearish. But this is going to help me decide that right now, how bearish I am, how bullish I am. I'm neutral. Markets are down pretty big, pointing to a continued sell-off on Wall Street following U.S. President Trump's announcement of sweeping tariffs. We're waiting the key payroll report, which is coming out in about a minute. Let's put the bond market up here so we could see how the bond market's going to react. And I'll just keep reading this till we have some understanding. But I'm liking this discussion. We're now starting to talk about what's really impacting things. JB Morgan has raised the likelihood of a recession this year to about 60%. I'm at about 60% myself, I'll be honest with you. In addition, USB Global Wealth Management downgraded U.S. equities to neutral. They lowered their price target. Ahead of me. I was at 6,200, 5,800, cautioning reciprocal tariffs could trigger more market volatility. That is it right here. This is it right now. When are we going to get finality? Who's going to blink first? Stock futures deepen after China retaliated. Beijing imposed 38% tariffs, and now we have a trade war. Apple sank 9%. iPhone manufacturer they have a lot of sales in China. Chips sold off. I don't really want to talk about what happened yesterday because we already know what happened yesterday. We dumped. Lamb Weston did really well. Consumer staples are still good. Let me give you some links. Let me give you guys some links. Roger, how come you haven't been giving us a lot of swing trades, Roger? How come you can't find any stocks to the long side out of 5,000 stocks? You guys still want me to give you stocks to the upside? Do you remember yesterday? You have all these technical tools, but you can't find any stocks to the upside. Yes, because my technical tools are telling me not to trade to the upside. ISM service fell to a 9-month low. Not good, not good. U.S. trade deficit stood at 122 billion. We don't talk about that. We stopped talking about that about 15 years ago. Fed Jefferson said, this is my favorite part, that interest rates are well positioned to manage competing risks despite significant uncertainty in the economy outlook due to major changes in U.S. policy on trade, immigration, and regulation. You didn't know this when Trump got elected. You lowered rates after Trump got elected, you moron. He was saying he was going to do exactly what he is doing right now. Even I'll testify to that. But no, you didn't see it coming, did you? Well, we did. Um, let's see. Jefferson noted that that might be a modest softening in the labor market and ongoing uncertainty could dampen activity. Still, he said there's no need to be in a hurry to make policy adjustments. Oh, I agree with him on that. Unless you want to raise rates, which you really need to do right now, my friend. Uh, Fed Government Cook said, growing uncertainty. Really? I believe it will be appropriate to maintain the, 68% that there won't be any rate change, 31% that there will be a rate cut. There won't be any rate cut in the May meeting. I promise you, there won't be any rate cut at the meeting. I promise you that. Also, let me give you another link for Customer Service Live. Even Gustavus Doberman's upset about this. Mm-hmm. Liberty says Russia already has many tariffs. Love him or hate him, Trump is consistent. He's told us he was going to do this, folks. Trump said he was going to do exactly this thousands of times. Why did you not believe him? Like, was there a reason why you didn't believe him? The Fed didn't believe him for some reason. I did. I mean, he said he was going to do exactly this. If you don't believe it, listen to his speeches. He said he was going to do exactly this. The numbers are out. Let's look at the bond market. I don't really care about the numbers. I care about the reaction. I don't even think the bond market's going to react to this. Yeah, let's see. Is there a reaction that we care? Folks, markets are not being driven by U.S. news right now. This market is being driven by global economy, which is why I believe we're getting closer to price discovery. Let's see what the numbers are. These numbers are not going to make a big difference right now. I'm telling you right now. 280. Woo! Wow! Wow! Woo! That's a strong ass number. Unemployment, average hourly earnings, actually 3.8. That's not bad. This is a good report. Oh yeah, Chris, the pit trade's looking fantastic. This is really good. This is a good number. Man, this is a good number. Let's look at the market. Look at this. See, the bond market knows that we're going to have a lot of layoffs coming in the near future. What is the bond market doing? Nothing. Why? Because the U.S. economy is not driving price. Now, folks, have you ever seen the bond market not do anything with a report like this? Look at this. That's a good report. Nothing. Let's see what the Dow's doing. It's moving up a little. Good. Good, good, good. QQQ. Moving up a little bit. Good, good. We're starting to bottom out. We may be bottoming out here, folks. Remember, price discovery. And all we need is 70%. Let's continue seeing if we have more price discovery. Payroll came in way better than expected. Average hourly earnings were okay, 3.8, not bad. Europe, but this is what's causing the problem. Jags, the Dobie's not a happy camper. I'm sorry, Gustavo. I'm sorry. I love his name. Fight over the pie, everybody loses. That's right. That's right. That's right. Oh, Ed says Michigan consumer sentiment 38-year low. That's it's very bad. It's very bad. Let's continue this. But this is why the market's down. We're reacting to Europe right now. Extending their weekly losses, concerns about intensifying trade war. Because look, at the market was not really down till Europe opened yesterday. It was messing around. But when Europe and Asia opened, that's when we started seeing cracks in the foundation, which means now we're keying off of what they do. So we got to be very careful. Extending this week's losses, intensified trade war, bank stocks, the worst. When bank stocks go down, goodbye, Charlie. Vulnerable the economic outlook led by decline on Friday. Mining energy stocks underperformed. On Wednesday, President Trump imposed 20% tariffs on imports from European Union and 10% on imports from UK. Thank God he didn't hit UK really hard. They can't afford it. Japan closed sharply lower, falling to its lowest level since August. As President Trump's new tariffs fueled uncertainty over the global trade outlook, President Trump's Wednesday slapped a steeper than expected 24% tariff, while previously announced 25 on auto went into effect on Thursday. Pre-market mega caps are down. We're going to be looking at these very aggressively. This I'm very upset about right here. Now, why am I upset? I'll tell you why I'm so upset. I'm upset because insurance stocks were one of the few industries that were actually moving higher. And as of now, we now have a downgrade on the insurance, and that may impact other stocks. So now we've got utilities, we've got fintech, we've got but we don't have a lot of insurance stocks to work with. So this makes it even more difficult to find long stocks. Not good, not good. Goldman's down 2% and they got downgraded. That's bad. I know everybody thinks that chips are driving the market, but folks, it's impossible for blue chips to rally without these type of stocks going higher. And then GameStop is up. I don't really follow GameStop. I mean, I know Lance does that. You guys can get your info from that. Bitcoin. Folks, Bitcoin is not down today. That's a very, very positive sign. Very, very positive sign. That's a very, very positive sign. Gold is stabilizing. It's not up right now. It's stabilizing. It's flat, which means money is not moving into the gold market right now. It's not that bad. This is horrible right here. We need to see a bottoming effect right here, and we may. I want to see a bottoming. I want to see energy prices start going up as the day continues. I want volatility levels to start declining and making a pivot here with this whole thing being a candle and this right here being the high and the low. That would give us a reversal bar right here in volatility. Here, right here. I want to see price go from here, which it did, all the way up here, and then I want this candle to come all the way and close right here. I'm giving you, Alex says tonight's overnight slide is S&P was right after announcement. Yeah, exactly, Alex. That's my point. Europe and Asia, nothing. Right now, Asian and Europe is not being triggered by US. We're being triggered by them. Hence the impact. I pressed the wrong button. Hence the impact of, or lack thereof, of the bond market. Look, nothing. US is not being driven right now. We're being driven by what happened in Europe overnight. But look at the reaction from the bond market. It's not. How about NASDAQ? Down. Oh, that's the Dow. NASDAQ down. This is not good, guys. Not good. Not good. Because you see, let me explain something to you. If job growth, if this number is really good, and if this number stays good, and I don't think it will, but if this number stays good, then the Fed will say, well, we really don't need to adjust rates. Economy's strong. We don't need to adjust rates. And if we adjust rates lower right now, it would make it easier for the market to swim. This is a direct FU against that, you see? Because the Fed can say, hey, we don't need to, remember, theoretically, you need to lower rates when the economy gets slowed down. When you have a non-employment report like this, you don't need to do anything. So this just adds fuel to the fire and takes away the possibility that the Fed will lower rates in June. I hope you guys understand the impact of that. Man, this is a great session. I'm having so much fun with you guys. I can't even begin to tell you. Because we're all on the same page. You see, it's very important when we're all on the same page. All right, let's start looking at the market. We have huge momentum dump right here. We have a bounce coming our way. We have a bounce coming our way. We do. We are starting to get overstretched. Infotech, folks, is starting to get overstretched. This isn't overstretched. We may have just a little bit more to go. And again, this would also coincide with price discovery being at about 70, 80%, which is where I think we are. Maybe I'm a little too optimistic. Folks, I'm going to give you a big suggestion right now that will help you. I know you're very resistant to hearing me sometimes, but please listen to me. What will help us right now is us trying to understand how much of this tariffs is done, not the little details. Don't get caught up. Jeff and Richard and Mark and Tiago and Ed and Alexander and Gustavo and Karen and Chris and Kevin, don't get caught up in the little details. Go look at it from the 10,000 view and ask yourself, how close is the world to stop not having these night to night surprises? I think we're about, and maybe I'm being optimistic, but I'm thinking we're 70 to 80% done. And momentum levels are telling me that. Uh, uh, Momentum levels are telling me that, and momentum levels are very, very powerful. Also, and I may have to bite the bullet on this, but if you look at the size of this bar, look at the size of this bar. Usually, when volatility gets like this, it's overdone. It's overdone. It's way, way too much. And also remember something else. Also remember something else. Also remember something else. You said bonds are being affected. Let's look. Not this morning, Richard. Look, the report came. Look, Richard, it's on a daily basis, yes. On an intraday basis, no. I'm talking about bonds being, Richard, I'm talking about bonds being affected by the employment report, not bonds being affected by the tariffs. The bonds are being affected by tariffs by a very, very substantial way right here. That's the daily. I'm talking about the impact of the employment report, Richard. Just so we are on the same page. I'm not talking about bonds impact from what's happening in the world. I'm talking about the employment report. Okay? They're not being affected. Okay. So I'm thinking 70 to 80%. I'm thinking. Now, something else I want to say. Let's say that we have, and here's the other way I want you guys to look at it. It could be that there could be other things coming out, but the majority of it is done. I don't think right now Trump and China are going to add another 20%, another 15%. I think now it's going to be more of like, let's adjust this, let's adjust this, let's adjust that, let's fine tune that. If that's the case, then we're about 70 to 80% done. I'm talking about the big picture. Don't get into the details. Just stay in the big picture. You're watching a movie. You're watching a movie 10,000 feet away. You're just trying to get an idea, okay? That's all we're doing here. What is the ticket of the momentum indicator you use? It's right here. I'll give it to you. It's this right here. It's the number of stocks above the 50-day moving average. You got to adjust this to area. Area. Here, I'll give you the link. But you got to adjust it to monthly and you got to go to area charts. Here you go. China and U.S. talking will be the first good news to hear. Exactly. Exactly. There you go. I just posted it right there. Okay. So we're not out of danger zone yet, but I do believe based on what the bond market is doing, this reaction, based on what China's doing, based on what the bond market's doing, based on what volatility is doing, I believe we're getting real close. I'm thinking 70 to 80%. If I'm wrong, if it's 50% or 60%, we may see more downside. If I'm right and we're 70, 80% there, then we don't have much more to go. We don't have much more to go. And finally, price is discovering. This is not price discovery. This is bullshit. This is price discovery. All right, let's move on to the. Oh, and another thing I like is the fact that cryptos are not seeing selling pressure anymore. And we all know there is a and we all know that there is a very, very strong relationship between Bitcoin and mega caps. So if we start seeing money coming into Bitcoin, that means that there is some global confidence. What I really don't like today is the crude oil. I want to see a capitulation on crude oil right here, taking us back to this range. I want to see crude oil do this. Look, let me show you. I'll be watching crude oil very, very closely today because both T-Buzz and I are very concerned about crude oil prices. That's actually we were talking about crude oil yesterday. So here, let me show you. So we opened right here. We went down, and now we're coming back up. I want this bar to be right here. I want it to be a pin bar right here, a reversal bar. It looks like this, where everything is at the up right here, like kind of like this right there, or this right here, but in reverse. Okay, big pin bar, big pin bar, with all of this being the tail. That would be a long way. Yes, oil is at a 4-year low. And this is telling us recession, folks. When you see a drop like this in crude oil, that's recessionary. Uh, yes, not inflationary, recessionary right here. So I want to see crude oil come right back up here. I want to see, the fact that US dollar did not break the low. US dollar did not break the low. Bitcoin did not break the low. Huge volatility in the VIX and momentum levels that are way overdone. And again, if we're over 68, if we have 68% or more of price discovery, the US market should start reacting positively. Let's see what it's doing right now. Yeah, bond market ain't doing crap. It is overnight, but right now it's doing crap. Let's look at stocks. Nothing. 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 We're gonna have to see whether US wants to start buying. Remember something, it's Friday. Do stocks capitulate individually? No, Carlos. No, no. It's a market thing. Oil is at the low is good for peace negotiations with Russia. Yes. If oil goes below, if oil goes below maybe 50, maybe another $10, Russia is done. Russia is finito. Okay. Oh, Dr. Serena, thank you. I totally forgot about the viewership today. I'm so focused on my review. So crude oil is so I'm giving you several factors that are telling me that we could be 70% done. Crude oil, Bitcoin, the number of stocks breaking down, the level of capitulation we're seeing and where prices are right now on bonds and volatility and the size of these bars. We may be getting very close to capitulation. Now let's talk about the stock market. Are you guys enjoying this session? Let me know if you guys are enjoying this session. And if you haven't seen the video from yesterday that I did, please put some comments there. It would be really cool. Here's the video I recorded. I had an interview yesterday where I talked about a lot of this. Here's my interview from yesterday with Market Beat. It's all about we talk about this topic extensively. And folks, I'm telling you, I smell a shake. I smell a capitulation. I'm feeling more capitulated today than I did yesterday. A lot more. See, this is positive. This can be a capitulation. This means this would take us all the way up here, and we would close right here. So this is this is moving in the right direction. Let's go a little further back. Hold on. Yeah, we're getting pretty close to. Yeah, we're getting pretty close to a capitulation, guys. We're getting pretty close. There's a lot of price discovery over here, right here. Let me see something here. Yeah. I honestly, so here's level number one, and here's level number two. This will be, let me give you some levels here. Level one, level two, level three. Either here, or over here. Let me do the same thing on the SPY. I want to make sure this is helpful to you guys. Good, good. No problem. Hey, RJ. And by the way, RJ, I got a couple of emails from you last couple of days, and I did respond to all of them. So I hope you are getting my emails. If Powell says no strike for Tommy, do we plunge at third leg? I don't think Powell has anything to do with any of this right now. I think global markets are deciding our faith right now. Okay, let's look at the SPY. Let's put some levels here. That's level one that we broke. Let's see. We're right here at that second level right here. Here are the levels for the SPY. So we got a couple of levels here, but we could be capitulating right here. We could be capitulating right here, right now, folks. And look at volume. We need market to get a lot stronger today, but we could be capitulating. Yes, that's exactly what it means. Thank you, RJ. I really appreciate that, RJ. All right, so right here, right there. You guys could see where I'm telling you. I don't, I've been doing the ooh, things are going to get worse for a while, but honestly, I think we're getting close to capitulating, guys. I think we're getting close to capitulating. By the way, let me put on the real stupid indicator and let's see what it's doing. First time I'm looking at it in a long time. Yeah, overdone again. Yeah, we're about to have a bounce, folks. I really think we're about to have a bounce. Look what the market had to do to get a buy-in to get an oversold on the RSI. I mean, it had to do all of this, and then it had to do all of this for us to say it's oversold. This is why I don't use this. This is why it signals. I say it only signals like once or twice a year. But we're getting overdone, folks. We're getting overdone. We are getting overdone. We're starting to see the light at the end of the rainbow. How do you feel about McChicken with pick set up on Monday? Will institutions wait until the 200 are jumped into capitulation? No, institutions will not, but the selling pressure will stop. Now change my RSI to 5. Okay, I'll do that. Where's my RSI? 5 is beautiful. 5 is beautiful. Yeah. Notice every time we go to this level, it tends to bounce. 5, it becomes a smart indicator. 14, it's a really stupid indicator. But I think we're getting out there. Folks, I think we're getting down there. I think we're getting down there. I think we're getting down there. Puts big free maybe short some out of the puts a little bit, but I would wait. I would wait. I would wait. But I'm liking what I'm seeing right now. Let's look at QQQ. Let's continue this. This is a great session, by the way. Having a lot of fun today. QQQ. Let's look at QQQ. I really think we're getting close, guys. And I'm not telling you this based on any opinion. I'm telling you this based on the levels that I'm seeing here. I think we're really getting close. Here's what I will tell you. The Nasdaq looks a lot more closer to the bottom than the main index. Let me look at the Dow real quick here. Here's the link for the interview yesterday, in case you missed it. It was a very nice interview. It's only about 15 minutes. And post some comments there if you guys don't mind. I would appreciate it. Please post some comments there. Look at that, 643 people here. How many thumbs up do we have? Let's see. I'm doing my job. Let me make sure you guys are doing yours. 247. Folks, how about some thumbs up here? I'm giving you guys key levels and I'm deciding whether we're going to have a capitulation. How about some thumbs up? We could have a capitulation on Monday because, yeah, well, capitulation doesn't have to. Today we can have a reversal and then Monday we can, we'll see. We'll see. I don't think I'm going to the office today because I have not heard from Matt. Let me see. I think I am. I haven't heard from him yet. He sounded pretty bad yesterday. Thank you. Thank you, guys. He had a sore throat yesterday, but that was about it. I mean, he was working the entire time. Uh, yeah, let's look at the Dow. So So I think, yeah, let's look at the Dow. I'm telling you, folks, maybe I'm crazy. I may be crazy, and a lot of people probably would agree with that, but I honestly think we're capitulating here. I mean, I may be wrong, but technically, we're really getting down there right now. And volume yesterday was really high. We may be capitulating today. This may be a capitulation. How do you join the pit, Ryan? Just reach out to customer service and they'll hook you up. Let's see how the pit is doing, by the way, this morning. You can't really place that trade anymore. We got into this at 57.60 something. So it's 53.20. We're going to liquidate this at the open, obviously. Okay. Uh, yep, that's going to be another winner for the pit. All winners this week on the pit. All right. Let's time for me to give you my stocks. Folks, be careful to the downside today. Give the market at least a full hour. Oh, I'll be doing this for a long time. He's working from home. Let me ask him how he's feeling. Are you feeling better? You have strep maybe? My communication with Matt is very slow. I've had a weird cold that lasted over 3 weeks. Doctor's saying same thing is going around, Matt. Bad cough, sore throat, foggy head. That's what he's got. Even on day trade, got out at break even on the close yesterday. Gotcha. 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 I don't know why you didn't hold it overnight. I held it over. I told you I didn't have any problems getting out overnight. Powell's not Powell, folks. What U.S. is going to do right now? The ball is in global markets court. This price route is not being driven by U.S. markets. Look at the bond market. Bond market just went lower. Stocks are doing nothing. I mean, we had a pretty good employment report, and the bond market sold off. I think we maybe. I'm telling you guys, I'm smelling. I'm smelling a. I think the market was waiting for the reaction from the global markets. I'm smelling a pullback. By the way, I did not come in. I want you guys to know something. I did not I did not come in to this session with any preconceived notions. Candlesticks? What are you talking about? Here's the link for the Oh, sorry about that. Here's the link for the interview. Sorry guys, that was the wrong link. Here's the link for the interview. Sorry about that. I gave you the wrong link. This is the link for the interview. This is the link for the interview. I apologize. Now, let me give you stocks that I'm looking at. Folks, and I'll tell you the strategy in a minute. Let me just go through these stocks. Blackstone, by the way, it looks like it's capitulating. Walmart at the 200-day moving average. Don't do anything till we break, but this could be strong support for Walmart. I may have to buy more Walmart for my retirement account today. Target, let's see. No reprieve, man. Look at that. Terrible. JP Morgan, and remember, Goldman Sachs got downgraded today. I had an EL option, had set up that close right after I purchased it. I didn't want to hold the option with such a deep drawdown yesterday. Okay. Told me that my sell order is too low. It'll increase prices required by some regulation. That my sell limit order. That's funny, Alexander. You guys will have to let me know how you did on it. Also looks like we could be capitulating. We're too far outside of the zone, or at least pulling back. Now, I want to tell you something. I had no idea what I was going to talk about this morning till I started coming here. I had no idea whether this is just a down. The more I look at it, the more this is starting to look like a capitulation. The more I look at it, please don't go buying up and don't let me. I'll give you a game plan, but just wait. Tapestry, yeah, you got a target to the 200-day moving average. VST. Again, looks like it could be capitulating here, or at least pulling back. Ooh, ouch. Ugly. I got to go there this weekend and do some shopping, actually. I got their credit card, and now every time I buy something from them, they give me a coupon, like a discount, like a $30, $50 discount. And I've been getting burned by Amazon. I've been getting a lot of fake stuff from Amazon lately. So I'm starting to rely more on Best Buy than Amazon. I'm hoping that Amazon will change its ways. But there's been a lot of fake stuff being sold on Amazon lately. I do all the pit trades, short-term options, day trades only. Got you, Ben. I got you. I have been in cost averaging on Walmart shares to long-term. Me too. Me too, RJ. No, I'm doing it for my retirement account. I'm doing it for 10 years, 15 years. I'm not doing it as a trade. You could do that if you're just RJ, there's nothing wrong with that for investment purposes, you know? Okay. Let's talk about the long side now, okay? Bro, now I'm going to give you a caveat in a minute, so I want you to pay attention. Look how the stock is down today. It's been going up all of a sudden. Look how it's down today. That's a good sign for the bulls again. Let's look at Coca-Cola. Don't do nothing till I finish today. Down today. That's bullish. That's bullish. Because these are defensive stocks. Philip Morris. It's not up today. Okay. With the market being down the way it is right now, the most defensive stocks are not up this morning. That's very good. That's very, very good. Duke Energy. Energy. Yeah. That's obviously utilities. Yeah. ELV. Let's look at ELV. You got to wait for this to get above the 200-day line. You can't do anything yet. AMT. Man, this is one of the best sessions we've had in a long time. I think this is a utility stock. I think it's a utility stock. Let me double check. No, it's a REIT. Okay. Good. Good, 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 good. That's good. Nice, nice. That's good. I like that. PPL, flat, and CME. I don't know, Tiago. I don't know, but I'm going to give you this. I like the stock still. I still like the stock. Remember what I told you about 4 or 5 months ago? I have this thing for 2025 for fintech, 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 not fin, not tech, fintech, fintech. All right. Yes, 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 Ben. Thank you. I confuse it because it's got a name that's very similar to a lot of utility stocks. Okay, folks, the worst, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. But I'm very encouraged by several factors. I'm encouraged that the bond market is going down, which means money's coming out of it. We're starting to see some upside in the Dow. This is good. QQQ starting to come up. I'm starting to feel like the market is starting to feel a little overdone. What you are going to do in the first hour is you're going to start liquidating shorts that have been really dumped. I want you to liquidate your shorts that have been dumped, but I do not want you to start going into longs. I want you to start liquidating your shorts that are very profitable, but I don't want you to start going long till we are above this area right here on stocks. Now, here's the problem. All the stocks that have been going up for the last couple of weeks, the Coca-Colas, the Philip Morrises, the AMTs, the CME, if the market starts recovering, those stocks will start softening. And stocks like Nvidia, your speculative stocks will start rising once again. Okay? Listen to me carefully. Listen to me carefully. If that happens, you don't want to jump into them because it could be just a reprieve. We want to see a capitulation because if we see a capitulation, it's going to trigger a huge global rally that's going to last several days. So the only thing I want you to do right now is liquidate your shorts that have a really strong profit and hold off. Does everybody understand what I am saying right now? Does everybody understand what I am saying right now? I want to make sure you guys understand what I am saying right now. Okay. I'm cautiously optimistic today, but I don't know if this is it till I see it. But the good part is, if we do capitulate, we got a lot of upside till afterwards. If that's a shakeout, but we got to make sure. I'm encouraged by mega caps right now. I'm encouraged by Bitcoin. I'm encouraged that the bond market is selling off. Let's look at volatility. Volatility still going higher. That's not good. That's not good. Anyhow, but we are approaching this level right here. Anyhow, folks, let's give the market about an hour or two. I will be updating you. I will be updating you every step of the way. Don't go doing anything crazy today. I will see you also at, I'm cautiously optimistic. Here's the VIP room link. Here is the link for customer. Here is customer service live. Let's take our profits on our shorts and just watch the market from that point on. Okay, let's do that. Let's cover our shorts. Allstate. Nah, it's coming off. Insurance stocks are down today because of a downgrade on one of the insurance stocks. So be careful. Here's what I think. I think what will happen is, if we start coming up, you'll start seeing a rally in chip and tech stocks. A capitulation means we're bottoming out on all of the stocks that have been going down, not the stocks that have been going up. Market cap will leave all the defensive stocks and start going back into the speculative stocks if we are right. Don't do anything for the first hour other than liquidate your positions. The market will set its tone, and I will be updating you every step of the way. Today is a day off. Don't work. I may have a very light session today. I may not. I may be doing very, very little today. Very, very little today. I may actually take a walk with my wife today. And again, if you haven't been, I would love to take a walk with my wife today. Nothing would make me happier. Nothing would make her happier too. All right, great session. I will be updating you. What is this capitulation? Could you explain? Kanaka, I explained it yesterday. I showed pictures. If you're asking these questions that you have not, then you were not in yesterday's or probably today's session, or you were not paying attention. I showed everybody what a capitulation looks like. And to show you again what a capitulation looks like, here's the picture right here. We have to go down here, and then we have to close all the way up. Keep your eye on global markets right now. Keep your eye on global markets right now. Keep your eye on energies. Keep your eye on US dollar. Global markets, not US markets, global markets. They're going to be telling us what's up. You don't want to look at little details right now. You want to look at the big picture. So right now, we're going to see how the US market is reacting to European market. If we capitulate, you will know it. Trust me, you will know it. You will see it. We're going to just start rallying up hard. If we start going up slowly, it could just be a pullback. I will keep you updated every step of the way today. I will, William. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. I'll be around all day, and I'm working from here. I'll see you guys all around all day. This was a fantastic session, and nobody argued with me. Thank God. Thank you, guys. We'll see you later. William, I'll talk to you later. Have a great day. If I'm a little late responding to emails, it's because I've been getting hundreds of emails. All right. So please give me a little break. I will respond to everybody, and put an order to get rid of EL in your pit now, and I'll post an update at the open. Bye, guys. Have a great day, everybody. Don't make any rash decisions. And if you have a question, email me first. It's better to check with me before doing anything crazy and stupid. Bye, guys. Have a great weekend. Folks, be patient. Be patient with your longs. With your longs right now. Be patient. Don't go jumping in. Don't go looking for bargains. If this is a capitulation, you'll have plenty of time. Trust me, plenty of time. Bye, everybody.